G'day and thanks for joining me. Today I'm talking about the 5 things I learned about starting a new business. Before we get into it, hit the subscribe button so that you can stay up to date with all of my videos. Owning your own business is hard work at every stage. You need determination and a desire to succeed. You can't ever be content, but that's why it's appealing, right? For me, owning my own business was about creating the lifestyle that I wanted and feeding my inner need for satisfaction. I made countless mistakes, but I learned a lot. Here are the 5 things that I learned about starting a new business. The first thing that you should do when you first think about going into business, right before you even do go into business, is to understand your expenses. It is so important that you understand how much money you need to make on a fortnightly basis to be able to cover your income that you're currently getting from your employment. Make sure that you work out how much money you need to make from your business after all the expenses have come out. I guarantee there's probably more expenses than you think right now. There's GST, tax, domain name registration, website hosting, bank fees, and it seems like the list goes on. Number 2 is to create a safety net. Create a safety net of funds in your bank account that you can draw on for that first 6 months after you transition into full-time self-employment. Make sure that you work out what you need to earn every single fortnight to pay your bills and then times that by 12 to get 6 months. Put that away. Work on transitioning into full-time self-employment by following a savings plan where you can put that amount of money away so that you can focus solely in your first 6 months on the business. You don't want to be worrying about where you're going to find the money to pay for this bill or that bill. Number 3 is to wind back your hours gradually. This one is not always possible, but one of the biggest mistakes I ever made was to transition too quickly. I went from full-time employment into full-time self-employment very fast in one go. It was really tough. So make sure, if you can, you wind your hours back from full-time employment to 0.75 to 0.5 to 0.25 over 6-month intervals. This gives you 18 months to do it. And 18 months is a great time frame to create a savings plan for the number 2 point in creating a safety net. Number 4 is set a date. Set the date that you will resign completely from your job that you're currently employed at now and that you will start working full-time self-employed. Also set a date for those little part-time increments along the way as you progress through 0.75, 0.5 and 0.25. So put the specific date every 6 months. I really like the idea of transitioning from full-time employment into full-time self-employment between 18 and 24 months. And number 5, give yourself 2 years. Don't be too hard on yourself. Make sure that you give yourself 2 years to get the business up and running and functioning properly and well so that it's done sustainably. Don't try and rush things. Note that this is 4 years from when you first started the idea. So you've got 2 years first up of transitioning, 2 years of giving yourself of working in the business full time, and that's 4 years in total. So now it's over to you. If you're a business owner, what lessons have you learned? And if you're thinking about starting a new business, what would you like to know? As always, the best conversations happen back at the website at jacobandre.com. Head on over there to leave your answer to that question and any other comments you've got about this topic. Did you like this video? Subscribe and please share it with your friends. For even more great resources that I only share with my email subscribers, head on over to jacobandre.com and sign up for email updates. You'll even be able to download my free ebook called From Fear and Fatigue to Freedom and Fulfillment. It talks about this very topic and how I moved from being completely run down, stressed out and fatigued to having abundance of energy, feeling completely free and having huge life fulfillment. It is a real personal story. It's right on this topic and it gives you 5 strategies for changing your life completely. They are the 5 things that I did when I started to work for myself. I needed to get a whole bunch of stuff in order to be able to get my life on track. And that ebook talks about every single thing that I did. It is truly something that I believe in and I'm very passionate about it. Thanks for joining me and I'll see you in the next video.